One of the key things that I have learned in my McKinsey days and KPMG days is do not wait for a perfect product to launch. Raw is good, raw is great. Get real time feedback. Do not spend a huge amount building that perfect product out there. I think the focus should be in finding the business first, right? Is there actually a demand of what you're trying to create, and if there's even a supply of what you're wanting to sell to the market? So cracking the distribution, cracking the demand is more important than having that very perfect roadmap.
Hello everybody, my name is Neil Patel. Thank you for listening to the latest episode of the Indian Startup Show. Today my guest is Kanupriya Poddar, CEO of MagickWorld. She's building a platform to help parents discover kid-friendly stays, experiences, shops and enrichment services across cities. So in this episode she shares how she launched MagickWorld alongside her 8-year-old daughter, onboarded 100 plus local businesses within 2 months of soft launching and cracking the distribution model. She reflects on lessons from her McKinsey background, explains why she prefers top-down strategy over the bottom-up execution, and talks about bootstrapping, investor interest, the pressures of startup life, and staying grounded with advice from her father. And finally, she shares must-visit Jaipur recommendations, including places to see, do and eat, along with advice for anyone considering leaving a corporate career to build a startup, and much, much more. So please enjoy the show. Thank you. Hello, Kanupriya. Thank you for coming on the Indian Startup Show today.
Thank you for having me, Neil. Glad to be here.
Please tell me what you're building.
Okay, so we're building MagickWorld, world's first travel and lifestyle ecosystem made specially for kids. So we have a part here which is to do with where you can book family-friendly holidays. Then we have a part which is called experiences, where you can book your local experiences and things to do, events, etc., happening within the city that you're traveling to or you're living in. Then we have a very interesting part, which is a directory. And it is a pan-India directory of all kids-based products and services, again, local to every city in India.
How are things going so far? Can you share some stats, please?
Oh, it's been amazingly interesting. The kind of coverage we've gotten, the kind of enthusiasm we are getting, it's tremendous. In fact, within the first 2 months of sort of soft launching the entire concept, we onboarded more than 100 plus homegrown businesses in the directory part, and we're growing at a very lightning speed. There's a enthusiasm from the tech world, from the investor world, from homegrown businesses as well as the parents.
Awesome stuff. Yeah, let's go back to the start then. Who came up with the idea? What was the sort of light bulb moment for you then? And follow the question. What problem were you solving?
I ran a hospitality business while I was in Singapore and in India for almost like 8 to 9 years now. So I understand the nuances of travel, or rather hosting, very well. But more importantly, like, I have a now 8-year-old daughter, and I've been traveling with her ever since she was 35 days old. Right?
35 days old. Okay.
35
starting
days
early. Starting early there.
Really early, starting really early. And she's traveled across the globe. She's traveled quite well. But one pertaining problem as a mother or as a parent that I've seen parents struggle throughout, irrespective of which part of the world I've lived in or whatever I've been doing with my child, is, every information and everything to do with the child is extremely fragmented, right? We're depending on the blogs, Instagram posts, WhatsApp mom groups, etc., to find everything, and nothing is available in a one-stop shop, right? So, and especially like since I've been traveling so much with my child, what I saw is like we're ready to spend a huge amount on our kids nowadays, right? But irrespective of if I'm booking a Taj property or, no matter what kind of property I book, and I have to travel have to carry a lot of things when I'm traveling with my child, especially when they're younger. I have to constantly ensure how to keep them engaged. I have to constantly make sure that I'm keeping them away from the screen, even when they're on holiday, because they get bored so quickly. The properties are almost always catering to the adults in terms of the decor, etc. And the most, or the rather, the biggest pet peeve I have on all my holidays is, irrespective of if you're paying 5,000 rupees a night or 25,000 rupees a night, the kids, if they're sleeping in the same room, if you're not booking a separate room for them, which anyway is not possible for a lot of us, the kids are sleeping on a folding bed or mattress, which is such a horrendous sight. So this is where, the kids hospitality, which is becoming a niche travel across the globe, and it's already flying extremely high, doing very well, the concept in the US and in Europe. So we decided to bring the concept to India now.
Well, let's go back to start day one. How did you get this off the ground?
It was one very crazy night. I was up till 2 a.m. My daughter, who I think is a mini entrepreneur herself, she was always building stuff, and she coined the idea of MagickWorld because she was trying to build this hotel out of her magnetic blocks. So MagickWorld is a term coined by her, and since her name is Kyra, we decided to keep a K with magic. So it's MAGICK world. Right. So one such night, I decided to bring kids hospitality to India. Just went ahead and registered the domains online, started brainstorming of what I want to do. I think almost instantly came up with a structure wherein I did not want to just do hospitality, but I wanted to create an entire ecosystem, right? So from there on, I started brainstorming on the idea, crystallized it. Believe it or not, a lot of brainstorming happened with my daughter, and a lot of inputs helped me tweak the entire proposition. Once I was in a very fairly comfortable space, I went and discussed it with my mentor. He challenged me on a few things, asking a few questions. Most surprisingly, I had, as he put it, near to perfect answers to all of the questions. Gained a lot more confidence that this is making sense. Started in a rawest possible manner. Built a very demo version of the website of GoDaddy, believe it or not.
Okay,
Which I built in a matter of half an hour or 1 hour, coming from the tech background. And then I started testing the idea. That's where I started getting a lot of interest from the homegrown businesses. From there, I started discussing the idea, Jaipur being the hospitality capital of India. I started testing it with a lot of friends over here who have a lot of multiple properties over here. They saw it as a very good solution to the niche hospitality that we are trying to cater.
How did you get your first customers?
So we are pre-revenue right now.
Okay.
We are still building the entire model. Funnily enough, we have our offline customers, not off the platform. We have the customers because we're already collaborating with a lot of properties which are converting their properties to make it a lot more kid-friendly. And given my hospitality background, I'm already connecting them to book those properties, booking my customers to book those properties.
Awesome stuff. Do you have like a product roadmap? How do you know what to put in, what to take out, as it were? Obviously, you can't put everything in there.
That's like literally what I've done my entire life, right? As a consultant at McKinsey, I was a product owner. I've launched digital banks, insurance companies, etc. That is one thing I know how to do extremely well. We have a very well-defined product roadmap. The MVP is almost there. We have already soft launched the MVP. We have a phase 2. We have a phase 3 and phase 4 planned already. In fact, with all the AI features we want to bring in, all the, it is a complex structure when people initially first look at it, right? To be very honest, these structures are already existing in the market For example, Zomato. Zomato is working on four verticals, and so is things like Blinkit or Airbnb for that matter. All of them have like multiple verticals. So the product roadmap is very clearly put out over there. We want to ensure that the product market fit happens early on. And once that is done, we do have the roadmap wherein very sophisticated features will be plugged in. The entire focus is to ensure there is a maximum user experience, enhanced user experience, which makes it extremely easy and comfortable for parents to use, not just moms, right? Like it's in India, I wouldn't talk for Europe, but in India, it's moms are always looking for the properties, but it's mostly the dads doing the bookings. The moms are always looking for the classes, the weekend plans or something, which both mom and dads are making. So we're serving everybody, right? So if you're a parent, say 27-year-old or a 45-year-old parent, we have something for you.
Awesome stuff. Yeah, so going back to product development, you've got experience in that. Just give our advice to our listeners then. What should they be doing? What should they should not be doing? And
I believe like one of the key things that I have learned in my McKinsey days and KPMG days is do not wait for a perfect product to launch. Raw is good. Raw is great. Get real-time feedback. Do not spend a huge amount building that perfect product out there. I think the focus should be in finding the business first, right? Is there actually a demand of what you're trying to create, and if there's even a supply of what you're wanting to sell to the market? So cracking the distribution, cracking the demand is more important than having that very perfect roadmap. Have the basic features, have a very clear vision, work on phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. And once you are done with your phase 1, be very quick to implement the phase 2.
Yeah, okay. So you've gone from like a corporate world to a startup world. How's that transition? Anything surprised you?
Oh, yes. There are a lot of interesting and surprising things. I've always been in a professional world ever since I started my career, but I hail from a business family, right? So both the mindsets are very, very different. And once I came back to the startup world, very interestingly, the nuances that I got from my father, he's a traditional businessman, or the nuances that I got from people doing businesses in Jaipur, they were surprisingly the most interesting ones. One of the craziest thing that happened was me telling my father that this is the idea that I'm working on, and him being him. I thought that there'll be a lot of reservations because it's a long shot, etc., etc. To my surprise, he was like, "This is the structure. You focus on one thing first. You go after it, you drill it down very well, you hire somebody, put it on autopilot, and then go after drilling your other verticals." So I would say the startup world being very chaotic, every single thing that people keep saying, it's all about how clearly you define everything in your head, how you go about execution. The idea would be there. Resources you can always gather. There are too many tremendous helps available now, be it the government aids, be it people mentoring, be it, the resources you can pull up. It's all about how you structure and how you execute that makes the difference.
Okay. So am I right in thinking this is like a two-sided marketplace then? What are the challenges around that then?
The key things that we have, which is a directory. People often ask me why have I not make it a marketplace? It's a very conscious strategic decision for the directory. But for the rest of the part of the platform, wherein we're talking about the stays and the experiences, right? That's where we get our buyers and sellers. So what we believe is that our demand comes from people using the directory very often for all their requirements. And once they're coming on the platform, they're seeing that the events are happening. They're seeing that the properties are there. And that's where the demand keeps increasing. As for the supply, I think there is no shortage of properties in the market. Like every single person out there is now especially if I talk about Jaipur or, other touristy cities in India, anybody and everybody who has a place, they're trying to turn it into a hospitality business.
Mm,
But every single person is struggling with occupancy, with good guests.
mm,
They want to cater to families. Families is like literally the number one profile. Like so we had an interview with a lot of properties, like more than 70% of them would prefer hosting families, with
mm,
kids, because then they know that their property is being valued, it's taken care of, and they're
mm.
good people coming in.
Yeah, you talked about the directory. So it's free for local businesses to list. Some might say that that's leaving money on the table. What's the thinking behind that then?
So okay, it was done very intentionally. I before starting MagickWorld, I had run a small. I tried running a small business online, wherein I realized that getting discovered for small homegrown businesses is the most Herculean task. They struggle not because their product is weak, but they struggle because discovery today is pay to play. Visibility is expensive, algorithms are brutal, and it takes time to build trust, right? It was often when, it happens a lot of time when we go to our partners for the directory and we tell them that we are doing this free of cost. There is a sense of suspicion when they ask us that, they don't believe when we tell them that we're not charging them anything.
Mm,
But it's a simple give and take, right? It's a promotional platform for them to get discovered and
mhm,
for us to be known to the entire world through them. So it was a very give and take model that we wanted to build. I
mhm,
couldn't have asked, the small brands to pay just to be seen.
mhm.
Especially in a kids category, where trust matters the most more than the ads. I think it was only fair for us to be doing that. We're choosing credibility before monetization. And it also lowers the barrier for the local businesses.
Mhm, mhm.
It gives them a lot of power, visibility, and it allows the parents to discover them. So for us, it's like a win win both ways, right? They
Yeah.
get known through us and we get known through them.
In terms of funding, are you bootstrapping this at the moment? How's that working out?
Absolutely. We are bootstrapping it currently until we hit our product market fit, though we already have a lot of investor interest
Okay.
wanting to fund. But I think we want to get to a position where we have proven the model fairly well,
Mhm.
and that's where we would preferably look at going for fundings.
Oh, okay. Are you having fun with this? Is it like pressure off or pressure on at the moment? It's still early stage, isn't it?
Um, okay. I think this is one thing that my colleagues from all my 15 years of work experience would vouch for. I cannot and I don't operate with a lot of pressure. In fact, I am known, if that's the right word, I'm known to be one of those people that, a bomb might be blasting just next to me and I would still be very calm and doing what I need to do. Yes, I am very structured. I know what I'm doing, and then things are very planned. So yes, I there's a lot of pressure to get the things right. However, there is the pressure is not to prove something to the world.
Mhm.
It's like we know what we are doing.
How big's the team?
Interesting. One of the key features of my team setup is it's spread across the country.
Okay.
I have a couple of consultants working for me based out of Delhi, about
Mhm.
12 of them. My tech team is based out of Calcutta, about 6 of them. My marketing team and SEO team is based out of Jaipur and Delhi again, out of 4 of them.
Mhm, mhm. Okay, so I noticed on LinkedIn you've got your hiring badge on your profile. What you're looking for? What are your hiring strategies then? Obviously, it's remote first, but what specifically skills and people are you looking for?
Oh, yes. I think we are extremely interested in the younger talent because we want the disruptors in the market. We want the out of box thinking, be it marketing, be it sales, or be it the technology part of it. We're looking for people who who do not come with preconceived notions of, say,
Okay.
15, 20 years of work ex in the industry. We're looking for people who can define the ongoing tech roadmap with just 5 years of work experience. I think they are the ones who would have the maximum amount of visibility in the future in terms of
Mhm.
technology roadmap, right? In
Mhm.
terms of marketing, I think nobody understands it better than the young blood, right?
Mhm.
We're looking for people who understands SEO, who understand the marketing language that the world can understand, and covering all of them together, right? And also we're also looking for people on the ground, since we're starting with Jaipur, who are very well versed with the hospitality industry. So who can go on the ground, talk to the properties, explain them the Magic World concept, get them to agree to onboard on the property, make the changes, things like that. So
Mhm.
yes, I'm looking for the heads of all the departments, so be it marketing or technology or ops for that matter.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, I noticed on LinkedIn you said moving to Bangalore, you're staying in Jaipur.
Yes.
Explain that post, yeah.
Yes. So yes, I often I get asked that question that, a startup, the obvious places for startups in India is, say, a Gurgaon or Bangalore for that matter. I know my home is Jaipur. I know I've seen people become millionaires and billionaires sitting in this city, and I know the potential, right?
Mhm.
So, strategically, very evident place for an hospitality company to exist. Rajasthan, on an entirety, is a very tourist friendly state, and
Mhm.
sitting in Jaipur gives me access to all these properties. All the investors within Rajasthan or in Jaipur, for that matter, are mostly based out of Jaipur or Udaipur, which again, a lot of them come from the tourism industry, right?
Mhm.
Jaipur is growing at a lightning speed, be it tech talent, because people are now wanting to leave Gurgaon and move to Jaipur because of the air pollution there, etc.,
Mhm.
etc. So a lot of people are now beginning to settle down here. The costs are low, the living cost is low, and the lifestyle is way better
Mhm.
than it would be in a Bangalore or Jaipur
Mhm.
or Gurgaon for that matter.
Mhm. Mhm.
We recently had a Thai Global Summit in Jaipur, wherein people from Singapore to
Mhm.
US to Europe, everybody came down, right? So it is becoming a place where the entire globe is, paying attention to this city.
Mhm.
It is
Mhm.
growing at a lightning speed, right?
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
from a strategical point of view, from investors to the properties to the tech talent, everything is
Mhm.
available over here or beginning to get available. So I see Jaipur as a city which will tremendously grow in the next 5 to 10 years
Mhm. Mhm.
to become one of the biggest attraction in the space, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
Second most important thing for me of continuing to choose Jaipur is the parent community here, right?
Mhm.
So parent community in a metro or a tier 1 city versus a parenting community in a tier 2 city are fundamentally different in a lot of ways. There is a mad rush happening in the tier 1 cities where parents are trying to achieve a few things. Both the parents are most often working, and they're always just juggling between the things for the kids, wherein in a tier 2 city, not always, but in a lot of times, the mother is the one who's doing a lot of things, because even though she might be working, her role may or may not be a very aggressive working role. So there's a lot of time that the mothers spend with their child or doing stuff with their child. So that is the mindset where our initial customers would cater to for Magic World,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm. Excellent.
So from the demand side of things, this is the perfect community I would want to target.
I've not been to Jaipur yet.
Oh, you must, Neil.
What should I be doing? What should I be seeing? Is it like a weekend thing then, or do I have to take a week off or something? Give me
You
some.
must
Tell me some
definitely.
hints. Go on, give me something to see and do.
Oh my God, I cannot begin to tell you how obsessive I'm about Jaipur.
Hmm.
In fact, I was, and you should definitely take 4 to 5 days minimum if you
Four to
want to
five.
spend time
Okay,
to.
4 to 5 days.
Oh,
Okay, okay.
yes. Oh, a bare minimum, right?
Hmm.
I am so obsessed with Jaipur. I was on a holiday in Greece, Santorini with my friends,
Hmm.
and we're like sitting on a cliff, having our drinks, etc., etc. And I go like, this looks like Jaipur. So, so my friends wanted to throw me off the cliff. That's another story. But the city has to offer royalty. Find literally the most gorgeous palaces, properties over here,
Hmm.
which are literally breathtaking.
Hmm.
You'll find royalty in terms of stuff like horse riding, the palaces, so many other things you can do. You
Hmm.
will find the countryside of it, right? We have
Hmm.
places like Chowkidani and other tourist places where they actually show you the raw Rajasthan,
Hmm.
what goes on in the countryside over here. You can actually experience the food, experience the culture, experience camel riding, horse
Hmm.
riding, elephant riding. Jaipur has tremendously progressed in the most metro-ish way, on the other hand, right?
Hmm.
Wherein the kind of dining, the kind of activities, the kind of places that are getting built over here, literally at par or even better with things that are happening across the globe. And trust
Hmm.
me, this is coming from a person who's traveled to 22 countries,
Hmm.
lived across
Hmm.
7 countries, etc., etc., right? So there's a lot to offer, a lot of
Hmm.
fun things. The shopping here, the food, the culture, the places to see, the royalty. It's just endless.
Well, obviously I'm a bit of a foodie. What's the food like? Because obviously you went to Delhi, you know what you're going to get, and Mumbai and
Mhm.
Bangalore. What the specialty food is there regarding Jaipur then? I don't know.
Okay. So I'll start with the absolute traditional food, which everybody keeps talking about, which is dal bati churma.
Okay.
And it's essentially like, those dough balls
Hmm.
which you have with dal, and
Yeah.
churma is basically crushed dough, etc., and with a lot of sweet in it,
Yeah.
etc. Then we have a lot of millet stuff. So
Mm.
we have bajre ka khichdi. The jalebis are very
Oh
popular.
yeah. Okay.
The
Jelly. Very unhealthy as well. I think. Well, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah, we do a lot of unhealthy stuff, but we balance it out with a lot of healthy stuff. So millets and all are extremely healthy things on the globe.
Hmm. And just talk about yourself. What are your favorite experiences to do with your daughter? Favorite stays, favorite places, and things to do, as it were.
Oh, so Kyra, she is a crazy, crazy girl. One of her most favorite things to do is to watch Shark Tank, believe it
Okay.
or not.
Hmm.
At 8 year old, she's talking about gross margin, contributing margin, equity. In fact, she also has a visiting card which says co-founder Magic World.
Wow.
Uh,
At
yes.
8 years old.
At 8 years old, trust me. And when I got my visiting card printed which said founder Magic World, she questioned that why does it say founder and not co-founder, because she has 50% equity in it. So yes, she's a very, very delightful girl. She goes for her horse riding classes.
Hmm.
Of late, she's learning how to play her piano, which is a keyboard. Very aggressive with her debates, public speaking,
Hmm.
things like that. Very obsessive about food, extremely fond of trying new places, eating spots in Jaipur. She loves her adventure sports. She's probably checked everything around the city, and she loves exploring it still. She loves going to these beautiful places. She calls it, I want, she gets attracted to these fancy as hotels, etc., that are there in Jaipur. She loves her meat. She loves to eat, try her non-veg. So every place which is offering a great non-veg, she would want to explore that.
The
Mhm.
hospitality in India in general. I've been to India quite a few times.
Mhm.
A generally good experience in terms of hospitality. But what is hospitality like in India then, 2026?
Um,
Is there still a long way to go? Obviously, compare it to other westernized countries. Or should I?
compare it to Western countries? I don't know.
Oh, so that's a very interesting point, and I think that's where my mind was racing to. I wouldn't compare it to the Western world, right? I consider Western world hospitality very transactional. It may be perfect in terms of the services that are given, yet that personal touch, that personalization, or rather the warmth, include that I am not too sure. Right? I think Indians are very good at hospitality. We know how to welcome our guests. We know how to take care of our guests. India gives very immersive experiences now. You talk about, the hotels in Udaipur, in Jaipur, places in Mysore, in Kashmir, right? So throughout the length and the breadth of the country, you go to those places and the experiences over there are second to none, right? And I do have traveled very extensively, stayed in the best of the properties across the globe. But I can do vouch for, like, apart from the properties, the way Indian hospitality is emerging, it is by far exceeding what the Western world has to offer.
Yeah, you mentioned AI earlier. What are your overall thoughts on it? Is it a negative or a positive thing? And how are you using it?
Hugely positive.
Yeah.
Right? I think I love AI. I think life is becoming so much better and easier because of it, and so many things are getting faster. I do hear where people fear, and they're scared of certain things, the jobs, etc., etc. But I don't look at it that way. I just see it as an enabler in anything and everything that we're doing. Right. For MagickWorld, I think one of the key things where we will be implementing AI is to make a recommendation bot, wherein, parents, when they're trying to plan certain things, they can do it off the recommendation engine. You just need to tell the bot, what do you want to do? Where do you want to go? No, so where do you want to go? So say you say that I want to travel with my son and my daughter to Goa on these and these dates. My bot will come and tell you, oh, great. So since your son, he loves doing this and your daughter loves doing these, so these are the 3 property options. Your son is allergic to seafood, so avoid this thing, but these are the restaurants you can eat at. These are the activities that they can do in the city while you guys are there, and these are the places you can stay. Things like that. So I think it's just one of the greatest creation of humankind that we are coming up with, and if used wisely and timely, it is the biggest enabler for a great life.
Last 3 questions then. Looking back then, would you advise other, Indian professionals dreaming of, leaving a corporate job to start their own venture? What's the one thing they should absolutely know before taking the plunge?
Go with your heart. So even though I was in the professional world for 15 years, I think in my heart, I always, always, always knew that I will be starting something of my own, right? Neither is better. What you like doing, what you wish to do is what matters. One thing that I cannot emphasize enough on is, even though I knew that I would always start something of my own at some point in my life, every single thing that I've done in my life is now proving to be extremely fruitful in my current startup. So things I've learned at McKinsey, things I've learned at Dell, things I've learned as a programmer, every single thing will be of use. Do what you're doing with all your heart. You will know when you're ready to switch, and the moment you know that you're ready to switch, just take the plunge. You'll figure it out.
Take the plunge. What was the best thing you learned about working at McKinsey?
The structure of thought, the structure of execution, the structure of questioning the correct way, structure of approaching things the right way. I think McKinsey enables you to simplify every complex situation in life. They know how to solve for the low-hanging fruits first, how to go about tackling the bigger mammoths, elephants in the room, every damn thing. I think that is one of the biggest learning that I've had from McKinsey, which I cannot be grateful enough for.
What's the biggest elephants in the room for you then?
For MagickWorld?
Yeah.
Oh, so many. I still have so many. So one of the key things is the entire tech part, right? Because at the end of the day, it's a tech product. The second biggest mammoth is actually coming up with a proposition for the property owners wherein they find it extremely compelling to be a part of this. A traditional approach to this would have been that, okay, we come up with certain concept and we go on begging the properties that, hey, this will be a great product. Trust us, come on board. That's what most people building an OTA like this would do, is what I believe. I think the approach that we are taking is we're first cracking the distribution, which is the demand. And that is by bringing the entire parent community together. So the McKinsey approach is like first writing the problem statement, which we did. We identified the challenges around that problem statement for us, which we did. Then it was about defining the strategy. So the two strategies people do, which is top down and bottom up. People often go bottom up, but top down again is the McKinsey way of doing things. Right. So that's where we decided that at the risk of people finding this entire proposition very complex, we will be able to crack the distribution, which automatically enables and give the confidence to the properties to come on board. And hence the entire ecosystem goes into play almost instantly.
Wow, that's very impressive. That you guys are like the gods of the consulting world, right?
Are we not? We're just joking. Listen, the standing joke for us is McKinsey once said that the touch phones will never work. So yes, we take from pinch of salt. We'll be aware it goes both ways. No, but the great part of being at McKinsey was part of McKinsey Digital Labs, which with a great focus on execution. Consulting world is notorious for building strategies which people are not able to execute. But the McKinsey Digital Lab was specifically brought into execution to solve for this gap, wherein clients would often complain that, all the strategies you just make and you leave and we don't know how to execute it. So we did and so I was extremely fortunate to be a part of that. In fact, I was the first 7 hires for McKinsey Digital Labs.
Wow.
And yes, we did this. I've done a lot of executions.
Yeah.
So I think that's a great learning that we've had.
Awesome. Who's helped you on your journey? Is anyone you want to thank?
Oh, yes. I think one of the key mentors for me, which I look at, is my father. I've seen him build business and his empire from scratch, and not a part of the family business or generational wealth. So I've seen him work through it. I've seen his consistency. Even at the age of 71, I see him still learning, right? Like he would still, he can use ChatGPT way better than I can use it. Trust me. A very curious soul. So his consistency, his systematic approach to things has been one of the tremendous, inspiring things for me, wherein like I do consult with him almost every week to tell him how things are going, what I'm doing. Apart from that, one of the key mentors I've had on this entire journey, who's been one of the greatest validator of my thought processes, is so he himself has built a unicorn in a matter of 4 years. A very sorted person, extremely clear in his thought process again. The key advantage is like he does not come from the hospitality world. So I was challenged on a lot of things which otherwise I wouldn't have been challenged on. So that helped me understand my own perspective a lot better. look at the entire structure of the things. Especially, once you start meeting the investors are quick to shoot down your idea. Some of them, some of them are quick to shoot down your idea or etc. So I think that validation from him, that to see through that how it meaningful, how this entire journey or the entire structure is extremely meaningful. That has been one of the key motivators for me to continue doing this.
Awesome stuff. Yeah. Last question for people who want more information on MagickWorld. What must they do?
Please register with us. Go to our website. It's www.magickworld.in, and the magic is with a K. So MAGICK world.in. Please register with us. Please follow us on Instagram. Our handle is MagickWorld India. Ask us as many questions you want. Please refer to all your homegrown businesses, friends who are running any sort of kids-based products and services. We would love to host them on our platform. Trust me, it is all absolutely free. There are no hidden charges whatsoever. And we're building a platform for everybody, every parent, that would solve for all their problems ever since a child is born to until they, leave your shores to fly on their own, to be 16 years, 17 years. You will find counselors, career counselors, you would find everything from a decorator for your child's birthday to a pediatrician, to art and class workshops that you're looking for, to any sort of dresses, shoes, whatever you want to buy. We would have a directory for everything on our platform.
Awesome stuff. Kanupriya, thank you for coming on the India Stop Show today. I really enjoyed it.
Thank you so much, Neil. Likewise, it was a pleasure talking to you.